now. All righty. See. Start the meeting with introductions. I think we all, hi Mildred. I think we all know each other here. We've been acquainted before. So we'll go ahead and start with, I cannot minimize Zoom when I am recording. That's something I didn't know. Okay. So if Ashley, if you want to go ahead and start us off with reading the minutes from January 24th.
All right, so we picked the dates for the Kino Oven. They're on February 18th and April 15th at 6 p.m. We also discussed the faculty lecture and whether or not we should do a donation this semester since we won't be fundraising. Today we will be editing our constitution. And we also said the faculty lecture will be the week of the 22nd in March, and game night will be the first Thursday of March at 6 after the meeting. And we have $220.67 in the bank account.
All righty. Would anyone like to make a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting? We didn't do that last time, but we're supposed to do that. All righty.
I can make a motion.
And who wants a second?
I second that motion.
All righty. All in favor of accepting the minutes, just put the thumbs up sign on your screen. That way I can see it all at once. Actually, Damien, are you able to do the thumbs up? Is that a yes? No? All righty. Well, we got 3 thumbs ups out of 5. So I'm going to go ahead and say that works. See, so, and Damien, do you have, I don't think our account has changed, but can you tell us if our account balance has changed or not?
We have $210.67.
It's the same as it was. That's good. We know no one's taking money from us. Let's see, and see, I don't really have anything. Alrighty, and Megan, were you able to, did you end up setting up Twitter or not?
Yes. I set up Twitter. I realized that when I made the Instagram account that it said NKU Deutschklub instead of the other way around. So I went to change it, and then I realized that there already is an Instagram made. So someone got like 5 emails to change the password because at first I was trying to sign in. So don't know what to do about that. And when I went to link it to the Facebook, I was wondering how to do it without it posting to my Facebook, since my Facebook has the German club connected to it. Does anyone know? Because when I go to do it, it just has mine as an option.
I don't know. I know I've also had, that's sort of because I've tried posting things on German Club before, but like I've never been able to get it to where it's like sharing from the German Club's account and not from my own account.
Yeah, like I don't mind to just post separately on the Facebook in addition to, because I can link the Twitter up to the Instagram easily.
Okay.
One thing really quick, and just for the club names, if you come across that NKU German Club, take the NKU off. We are not supposed to do that, to have those connected with each other.
I thought so, but I was confused because the Facebook is like that too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's when we originally set it up, but I think it never got really fixed either. But we are not supposed to link we had the title NKU German Club, and then we were told by student affairs that we can't use the NKU together with the German Club
Okay. Yeah, because in my other class we talked about that.
Is it a permission thing that what kind of, I mean, don't you have administrative access? I'm just trying to.
No, like when I was talking to my other faculty advisor in the other club, they were saying that it's a legal thing. I guess if we like do something really controversial, then like NKU isn't attached to it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. That's I meant no. I'm sorry. I switched on you. I was talking about Facebook. What kind of permission do you have on there? Do you have administrative permission, or is that maybe that you can't link it?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go in here. Let's see. Where are settings? I suck at this. Settings. Okay. Isn't there somewhere permission? Page roles, right?
Yep. It says I'm an admin.
Yeah, so I have the exact same setup as you, and I can post as Deutschklub. I can switch in between my two accounts. Yeah, and Adam is also listed as admin. There is an extra app. Maybe that could help somehow. It's called Pages.
Okay, I'll try that.
From Facebook, maybe that would help you all. But I still don't understand why it's not added to your list. Like I have a list where I can pick.
Well, like when I go into Instagram to connect it, like my only option is Megan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, let me just hit continue and I'll see if, yep, it gives me the option. Okay, so. Okay, I think I've got it. Because it gave me the option for my other club. Okay. Well, cool. We got that figured out.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I know we aren't supposed to list NKU as an affiliate or anything, and that's I'd had also wondered about that on our Facebook account because it's sort of blatantly. Do you think it'd be a problem because our email is Norse Deutschklub? Deutschklub. Do you think that's a problem because it doesn't say NKU? So like, I guess would that be a question we'd have to ask them? Probably something that we could ask them if that's a problem. I don't think it would be because it doesn't say NKU, and I mean Norse might be like sort of, I don't know what you call almost a not motto but like, I don't know. It should be fine, right?
Well, that also brings up the question like, what should we change the Instagram name to? Because Deutsch Club is already taken.
Well, in that case, if North Deutsch Club is okay, we could try North Deutsch Club. That'd be a question that we'd have to ask to see if North Deutsch Club is okay. If not, then what would be another? Does anyone have any thoughts? What could be another name we could use, or some sort of addition we could add on to Deutschklub that would make it unique?
Could we do NKY, like Northern Kentucky? I don't know.
Yeah, that would work if you just write Northern Kentucky. I think that would be good if you just leave the university part out, and that's still. Damn, Kendra, that sounded like a spicy meeting, by the way. I'm good.
I am so spiced about it. What about I don't know, we could do like Deutsch Club y'all, since we're in I'm still on from yesterday's meeting.
The Deutschklub, y'all. Oh, that would that would be funny, but I'm not sure how that would look professional.
Let's at least stick with the plural then that we discussed, the Deutschklub Jals.
Yeah,
Or in Deutsch dann, die Deutschklub Irs. That would work.
Oh, your Deutschklub. Your ears Deutschklub. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, how that would look as from like more professional perspective, but then again, I don't know. I feel like that might get changed after we move
Just
out
an
of
idea.
the
We don't have to do it at all. Mostly joking.
I'm not gonna like it. I sort of like the idea, but alrighty. So yeah, so what we've got NKY Deutschklub and North Deutschklub. I'll have to ask either way, I think, because our Gmail or account is North Deutschklub. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and email, figure out who I need to email and ask that.
Our radio show is called North Code Radio.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, then we should be fine, right?
I would think so.
So in that case, what do you all prefer? Do you prefer Northern Kentucky Deutschklub or North Deutschklub?
North.
North Deutschklub.
I also prefer Norse.
Okay.
Yeah, Northern Kentucky Deutschklub can be a bit long.
Yeah, yeah, and it might also it still sort of specifies us as NKU, even though it's not saying NKU. Alrighty, let's see what's next. Alrighty, so let's go on. So Kino Abend. I previewed the movie we were planning on doing first, the one that's going to be this month on the 18th. Offline, das Leben ist kein Bonus-Level. And I didn't find anything in there that I would consider being offensive. I mean, of course it had there was some language, but I know in movies we've watched previously, I know as German Club, I know in the fall, the one I forgot the name, but the one that was when we were doing the East Germany themed movies, that second one, there was a lot of stuff in that where I was like, that's sort of that could be a bit close. But no, if this movie's fine. I mean, it is a comedy though, so but it doesn't make fun of anything that would be considered offensive, at least from what I got from watching it.
And may I add about the language? If you work in a German office, you will hear people cuss. So this editing, or it's almost like a censorship on German language to some degree. You have to expect this. And Damien, you were abroad already. Did you hear people cussing?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is just really kind of part of the culture as well, I mean, sure, they shouldn't just go on rampages there, of course, but I think it's something that needs to be just.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to I wanted to preview because I know we mentioned last time we weren't sure if there's anything that might be offensive. We want to share. I was like, okay, and if the most offensive thing in there were to be the language, and I mean that's totally fine. Because I personally didn't find it offensive. Alrighty, so yeah, Damien put together how we're doing this, the way that Damien has sort of figured out. Did you want to explain it, Damien? I don't want to explain it for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, and tell me if I get anything wrong. So I'll send out the day of the Kino Abend, I'll send out the email with the invite link to the Discord. And in the Discord, there will be the link to the teleparty. Now, I wanted just to go quick over again. We're using Discord because that gives us a way to sort of like talk and chat and communicate while we're also watching the movie. And it's probably a bit more familiar, at least with students, than say using like the Teams or Zoom, and probably be more friendly for the purpose of using it to chat and about the movie. And in that, sorry, this isn't my phone. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm in my sister's roommate's office and she has her phone in here and I did not know how to, it was like, wasn't a button to like deny a call. Okay. So, and we'll also be sending out an email beforehand along with the flyer, which I have put together. We'll be sending out in that email also a how-to instruction that Damien put together of how to like get Netflix Teleparty, get the extension, and how to use it, so that people will be able to get acquainted with that beforehand. And what else? I think that's basically it. And of course, to access it, you will have to have access to a Netflix account, which I'm just not sure how we can avoid doing that, that issue. But I know most people either have a Netflix account or know someone who knows someone who has a Netflix account that they're currently using. So hopefully that shouldn't be an issue. And so this is, I'm not on share screen. I was acting like I'm on share screen, but this is what I have. I couldn't figure out how to use, like, put it together a format where I had both dates and both movies on there, just because wasn't much room. I guess we could move the formatting around if we wanted to do both on the same flyer. But I figure if we send this one out and then make another one and send that one out like in either right after, possibly even right after the movie or sometime this month or early next month, that would work fine. What do you guys think?
It is beautiful. Looks great.
Well, Dr. Filer made, I'm not taking credit. Dr. Filer made this. I just put in the words. I added some words.
Yeah, that's good.
Too much information. But is that okay if we just do them both on separate flyers instead of doing one flyer for both of them? Okay, okay. Alrighty. Let's see, and that's Kinoabend. So I'll send that now that we've got that. I can go ahead and send that email out to the club with the information, since that will be coming up in just a few weeks, like 2.5 weeks. Alrighty, now board game night. So I looked at the two links that Damien gave at the last meeting. I couldn't personally, one of the links I couldn't, like whenever I tried to follow the link, it said it didn't like exist. And the other one, I went to it, but I personally couldn't figure it out. And I sometimes sort of use myself as a test dummy for these things like, okay, I can't figure it out, so maybe it might become a bit too complicated. I did find another website that had games like in German that you could do that on for free, and you'd only one person has to have an account to like set up games and all. But this is what I'm thinking. I don't want to, if you want to just tell me what you think. So since I feel like trying to do an online board game night might be a bit complex in setup and how we're going to like keep everyone together, but also like doing different games. So I was thinking, is there an alternative to a board game night that we could do? So what do you think about the board game night? This could just be me overly worried about it working out. So what do you guys think?
Honestly, I tried to do it for a couple clubs that I'm in the English department, and it has never gone well. There's always some sort of complication. Getting people on board with it was like really, really hard to start with, and then when you're like actually there trying to do it, it's a whole mess. So board games online, I think it might be a good idea to find something else to do. I think the Kino Abend is a great idea. I think everyone can get behind that, especially when we're using Discord, because Discord is so user-friendly. But as far as like a board game, I'm not sure that will work, in my own personal opinion and experience.
All right, thank you. Does anyone else have any thoughts of that? Do you sort of like general agreement with what Kendra said? Okay. So like, do you guys want to? So what's your opinion? Do you also think board game night is a bit too much?
I believe you and Kendra and your opinions.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to do this because I don't want it to feel like, oh, I'm just listening to Kendra's opinion because she agrees with me, and so now we're not doing board game night. I want to just sort of hear your guys' thoughts, so I'm not just barreling over everyone.
Well, in one of my other clubs, we would have something similar online, but half the time, like, my Discord wouldn't even work, so I just hung out there and talked instead of played. So there's definitely problems that could happen.
That case, we could organize something as just like, I don't know, would it be too like non-thematic to have just a Discord hangout or something maybe, where like, because in a German club meeting we're like talking about stuff constantly, and it's usually just me talking to you guys a lot. So do you think that would be nice, just to have it to where like we can all sort of just like jump into the chat and let's just sort of talk casually, try to keep the topic sort of German?
You're describing Discord at all times.
I was gonna say that's pretty much Discord.
Okay, so
I'm in a Discord right now,
okay.
casually hanging out and chatting when I'm not in the meeting.
Okay, so again, I'm an old man. I don't know how Discord. I'm not a Discord person. I didn't know anything about it until we started talking about it as a club. So like, yeah, but I was more thinking like doing like a scheduled time. So like, because I know I've gone into the Discord a few times and it's usually like empty. So like, I was sort of thinking more like trying to do a scheduled time. I'm going a bit long. So yeah. Or I was also thinking what might be a bit more friendly with an online format would be doing maybe a German themed trivia night.
I think that'd be cool.
So like in English, of course, I'm not sure.
So like with Cahoots?
I mean, maybe with Cahoots. We could talk about the style. I was thinking more like Jeopardy style, but that's just like because that's the only experience I have. But yeah, no, Cahoots, that would definitely be that's definitely because that way it also gives options so that some people don't have, so it makes it more of a fair match for everyone. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you have any other ideas about an event we can do or anything I've said so far? I just want to hear your guys' thoughts.
I like your idea a lot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jeopardy.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I also like the trivia night.
Okay, trivia night sound good? Alrighty. That's trivia night. And that could be we can do, what? Hey, Ashley, what was the date that we said for the board game night?
1 second, let me pull it up again.
All right, sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. So yeah, we can do trivia night. See, does anyone would anyone like to be in charge of putting that together? I mean, I'm like, I'll do it. I can do it, but like, does anyone want to either spearhead it or work with me on that, or?
Adam, I can work with you on it. I just can't take on a project by myself at this time, but I can help you out.
Okay, because I know like if just one person does it, that person's probably not going to be able to participate because if they're coming up with all the questions, they can't like, yeah, we'll work that. Alrighty, so work with Kendra. And hey, Kendra, are you all right with me contacting you like by phone?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'll email you my phone number.
Okay.
See, I'm actually the old one because I don't know communication stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I'll email you my phone number and then we can get in contact.
Yeah. Alrighty. See, next on the list. See, working night faculty lectures. Dr. Filer was our godsend. She got 2 presenters. Here, I'll show you the abstracts real quick. So we got Dr. Filer found us Professor Dr. Larson and Professor Bazzani. And you can read that real quick if you like to know what the topics will be. I know I was sort of interested in Dr. Larson's after taking and Dr. Filer's 202 class when we did the Mayerson project. It's sort of similar, so I'm interested in that.
Wish me luck. The deadline is the 15th, but I already submitted it. I am proposing a new Gen Ed course for global viewpoints, which is going to be like a study abroad course, like how to go study abroad, where to get a passport, that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about language, culture, partner with international students and groups, and we're also going to do the Mayerson. Wish me luck that it gets approved because I think this would be an awesome course.
Yeah,
Good luck. That sounds really cool.
That does sound really, I feel like that as someone who has been wanting to study abroad and everything, that would have probably been a lot more useful than the gen ed I took for my global viewpoints. Because I'm pretty sure my global viewpoints was just a history class, and since I'm a history major anyway, it was just sort of like extra. Alrighty, no, that is really cool, Dr. Fowler. I hope that goes through. Alrighty, and so yeah, the date March 24th at 4 p.m. That's the date that Dr. Filer got from both of them. I know I sent Megan. I sent you as well as the pictures that they sent me.
Yes.
They both just sent a profile picture, and you said those would work. All right, so just to set a deadline, when can you get that flyer done by so we can get that out as soon as possible?
I'm actually waiting for IT to message me back.
Okay.
Because I went to start on it and my Adobe stuff isn't working.
Okay.
I'd say like within the week, probably.
Okay. Yeah, so just sort of set a deadline by next Thursday. If you do have more IT trouble, it's fine if you can't meet that deadline because of IT trouble. But just let us know or let me know. That way we can get that out as soon as possible. And also we're probably gonna this might be more of a question for Dr. Filer specifically. In sharing this, like outside of the club, who do you think would be best to like send this to, as in maybe like other, because it seems like a project which might be, since it does talk about the Mayerson project, I feel like might be interesting to other departments. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, one person, I put his name in the chat just now, is Mark Nykirk. He is the director at the Mayerson, and I think he would be very happy to hear that you guys are doing this lecture series about the Mayerson. So I would definitely tell him about it. And in regards to other programs, I think really anybody, right? There are a lot of different programs that participate in it. Even in English 101, leadership does a lot of those as well. But I think just really anybody that you feel you could maybe or want to maybe work with in the future.
Mhm.
Or maybe where you feel like maybe we have a disconnect between these students, or we want to just.
Yeah.
This is for the Mayerson project, right?
Yeah.
So getting in contact with Dr. Alberti from the English department, I think that would also be like a great contact, because I know a lot of those students work with that as well.
Dr. O'Brady, do you know how to spell that offhand?
Dr. Filer added him in the chat.
Oh,
And I can
Alberti.
give you his contact information as well.
Did I spell it right, Kendra?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, that's very good, because I heard it as O'Brady, not Alberti. So I would have had the complete wrong name there. Okay. So John Alberti. Okay.
I mean, I'm going to definitely share it. And I know Dr. Conley is going to share it, like once we have the flyer made and everything. So I know they're going to share it as well. And I know that probably the faculty members are going to share it, like especially those that are presenting.
Yeah. Okay, I know. If I knew if there is even still a French club and a Japanese club, I would send it to their presidents to share with their clubs. But I'm not sure if they're doing okay, because I haven't been able to find them on my engagement. So I would share with them, but I'm not sure if they're around at the moment. Okay, so that's that. Let's see, and oh, there was one more thing. Oh, I didn't have it on here though. There's one more thing I wanted to address before we start on the Constitution stuff. I just thought of it during the meeting. Okay, well, we can go ahead and move on, because it is late. I'm not sure how much time this is going to take. So I have been peering in on the document we put on the Teams to see if anyone made any comments. I'm not sure if the link, I'm not 100% sure if the link actually worked. I didn't have anyone tell me that the link that I sent out in email didn't work, but anyway, there haven't been any comments. So, yes.
I'm sorry, I don't believe I got the link, but I can definitely like read through as an English major. I can read through and look at all of that. I don't have the link. I don't think I'm on the team.
Okay, I know I sent an invite to everyone in the club last fall, but I'm not outside of those who I've been able to ask in the meetings. I haven't been told whether or not anyone's actually been able to access it or not, because I'm pretty sure only like 5 people, including the officers and Dr. Pyler, have actually accessed the team. So what I can't really say. If I send out a link of the Microsoft Teams, if you're a member, if you've been invited, would that link work, even though it's on my own? I'm gonna try this real quick, and then if someone, I'm gonna send it to, actually, you know what? I'm gonna send the link to you, Kendra, if that's okay. And then.
So embarrassing, but I am on the Teams.
Okay.
So I'll look through that. I guess I just forgot.
No, you're perfectly fine. Again, this all happened last fall, and I know, at least for me, last fall was quite a semester to go with everything being online. So, no, you're perfectly fine. What I was going to say is, if we're talking about like really redoing the Constitution, I'm not sure if it might be better to start more from scratch. And on that end, I don't want to be out, I don't know if you'd say forward. I don't want this to seem too pushing, but I did sort of start something, just sort of the Constitution, including what is in our current Constitution, and sort of adding the stuff that we like currently do. Like for example, like putting in the elections, I just sort of wrote out how we've done our elections as a German club, at least in my experience. So I'm not really adding anything new for the most part. There are a few spots where I added things, but again, this is totally up to like, this is something I sort of want to go over with you all and like edit together if possible, or this, I'm gonna, I think, put it on the teams and sort of go off that. Is what I'm saying making sense or sounding like too much? Okay, so I'm going to do now, I'm going to share what I have written. And the thing is, it is getting, I know we talked about not being very long, and it's not very, very long. It's just, there's a lot of stuff when I start talking about like procedures and stuff like that, which I will, in a moment, I will see which one. Alrighty. So this is it. It's a little long. And I've started putting comments in there about things that I put in there that can be used as a starting point for reviewing. But no, it's basically just like the organization, I put it into articles and sections for ease of like navigation, because our current constitution is just sort of listed out with bold points. And it's sort of, and I also put stuff in there like the discrimination policy. Okay, no, that was already in our constitution. I added a couple things that were in the student organization manual as being part of the policy as well. Like this, I'm mostly, you can even see where I commented it. This is basically just copy and pasted from the current constitution. I have highlighted and commented on things where I've put new stuff I added. Like under vice president, I added and managed the Deutschklub social media accounts, since we talked about that, adding that as a vice president. Also some things I want to, okay. I think that's enough description of what I've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and put this, is this sounding okay, okay so far? Let me hear back from you guys. Is this too much? Because when I was doing this, I was saying this is too much. But I sort of started it and I was actually having a lot of fun, so I kept writing and it got a little long. And now one thing I was thinking about, some clubs separate constitution from like bylaws being more like the exact procedure, where I have a section where I like list out the procedure for the president for running a German club meeting. And some clubs will like put that in the bylaws, because it can keep the constitution a bit more condensed, not going into too much detail. And that way it also makes it's also a lot easier to do changes and edits as time goes on to the bylaws and it is for the constitution. So again, tell me if I'm ever if this is ever too much, because that was sort of my main worry. This being a bit too much. So I'm just gonna add it to like, just write it. I'm not gonna put it into a file. That way it's a bit easier to find. Make sure it's updated. Upload data. And that way you guys can access it and also write comments. And so this is what I'm thinking. Tell me your guys' thoughts. For doing this, I'm not sure we'd be able to get it all done in this meeting, especially if we want to keep it ending at 6. So here's my thought. we all sort of look at, comment on what's there currently. In the March meeting, toward the end, we might even say, like, if everyone can make it, sort of extend the meeting a little bit by more than an hour, just because we will have to get through like regular stuff in addition to this. But go through and do comments between this meeting next, and then we'll just go in the next meeting article by article. I'd say probably I just like start with the first article, read out the first section, see if I make any changes that anyone suggests, talk about any suggestions, and do that just by section. And then because that would also take a while too. Then in the April meeting, we can, after having done all the edits and sort of finishing the draft, we can all go through similar thing, the edited version, go through it all, and then actually take votes and approve each section one by one. And then we can be like, okay, it's all been approved. We're all like, we're all in agreement. This is what we have, and we're good. And that way we have it done by the end of the semester. How does that sound to everyone? Dr. Filer, you look like you're thinking.
I was reading it, and I was just reading it is what I was doing.
Okay.
I found it on Teams, and I like how you have the 7th article there about the Deutschklub events. You've got the Kinoabend in there. You got the Kuchenbazaar in there. The abroad panel. I would call it the faculty lecture series. You did already in the title, but yeah, faculty presentations, whatever you guys want to. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that honestly, that kind of stuff is going to be so incredibly helpful for the next person, and I would make it a habit. So in many of the organizations, like AETG, for example, they make it a habit to once a year look at the handbook and make edits accordingly. So it's fairly common to do it once a year even.
Okay.
If you're worried about length, think about it not only as bylaws at this point, because at this point you are turning it into a handbook as well, I would say. So,
yeah.
I really wouldn't stress the length, because you got a 2-in-1 there quite elegantly. So if I may add, so yeah.
Okay, so it's not too much. Okay. Alrighty. So that was my main worry, because I didn't want to bring it in and be like, hey guys, this is what we're doing. It's like I wanted to make sure we were all together on this. Was my main worry. Okay. But yeah, that's basically, since we have 15 minutes left, I'd say we can go ahead. Would you guys like to go ahead and start going through the first and making comments and editing? If everyone's like able to access that right now through the Teams, we can go ahead and start by that. Alrighty. So tell me when you're ready. Just with a thumbs up, tell me if you're ready. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see, I've got Article 1 as the introduction to the club. Section 1, I have the name. This organization shall be known hereafter as Deutschklub. For the sake of a multilingual environment, this organization may also be referred to as a German club in both unofficial and official capacities.
Should we put German club in quotations?
German club in quotations.
I don't think it's necessary, because Deutschklub is our title, and we're not like it means the same.
Okay.
Okay.
perhaps put it behind, I would put it in parentheses behind the German. And then people know what that means, like what that, the connection.
So like put it into the, like behind German right here, like, so it says, for the sake of a multilingual environment, this organization may also be referred to as, in parentheses, Deutschklub, or, okay, right there. Okay. I see what you mean now. Yeah, and that's exactly what I've sort of, actually, here first, let's, when we make changes, we don't, no, I don't think we need to do that. I can't even do the track changes on here. I'm sure you can. I don't know, it's fine. Alrighty, so yeah, I see what you mean. But no, if any of you want to join in here, and if you have a thought and you want to show it, just write it onto the thing, and we can all discuss that. If you aren't able to access it, I'll go ahead and share my screen as well. That way you can sort of read along with us if you are not, if you don't want to access it right now on your own. Alrighty. So does that look good for section 1, everyone? Alrighty. Yes. You can use, I'm not going to be able to see you all since I've got it on screen share. So if you want to audibly do agreements and yays or nays or anything, do it like that. Or if you'd like, you can, actually, I'm not sure the chat will show up since I'm on screen share. Yeah, just say it. Alrighty. Section 2, this constitution. This constitution, by popular decision of the club, is created to expand upon and supersede Deutschklub's previous constitutions, in order to provide this club with an organized, comprehensive, and amendable set of regulations and guidelines for the future. I included this just because, I don't know, the more of a, I know, a bit of a meticulousness, because like I know we do have previous constitutions, including the one, I'm not sure if we even have one that supersedes the one we're currently using. But since this constitution is going to have a built-in amending process like we're supposed to have, I sort of just like to keep it as a, does that make sense? Was my logic good? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And any thoughts or ideas, corrections, if anyone sees any errors? I'm probably gonna, before we actually do send this in, I'm probably gonna have several people proofread it to make sure our language and grammar are consistent and proper. Alrighty, so I want to move on. NKU, the mission statement. This is what was on our current constitution. The purpose of Deutschklub of Northern Kentucky University. Are we allowed to say of Northern Kentucky University? Well, you know, when we submit this to the office, they're supposed to like go over the constitutions that we send in to approve. So like if there's a problem, they should tell us. Then again, the constitution that we sent in last fall was lacking in most of the stuff we're supposed to have. So I'm not sure how thoroughly they go over that.
For the constitutions that I've made, we've been able to put NKU title in there. I would shorten it to just NKU though, because this is within the school.
Okay. Good point. Good point. So now the purpose of Deutschklub of NKU is to promote German studies on the NKU campus and to stimulate the interest in German-speaking cultures. NKU's campus. Thank you, Damien. To that end, the club will organize on-campus and off-campus activities and will attend special events related to the German language and cultures. Question, would this adding will organize and promote on campus?
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, that way it sort of feels more all-encompassing. Alrighty, and then section 4, affiliation. Northern Kentucky University is not an affiliate of I should probably switch that around. Deutschklub is not an affiliate of Northern Kentucky University.
Yeah, switch it to that. We're occurring on campus, right? So we're associated in a way, but we're not. They don't control anything that we do. We don't control anything they do.
Yeah, that's the club manual. Just said it doesn't say we have to include it in our constitution. I've read some other club constitutions that did specifically say Deutschklub is not an affiliate of NKU. Well, not Deutschklub, but their respective clubs. It is not an affiliate of. I'm gonna spell it out here just because I don't know. I feel like this makes it more. Feels right. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm typing so slowly because I'm talking while I'm typing. I promise I usually don't type that slowly. Okay. So far thoughts on article number 1. Do you guys have any thoughts? Do you think there's anything else we should add that should be a part of our introduction? Do you think there's anything we should add to any of these sections that you think should belong but is not yet there?
I think it's good. Keep it short, keep it simple.
Okie doke. See, now that's the first one. So membership.
Did you want to add the Norse somewhere as well, or?
That is a good point. Because I know that adding the Norse at least when we were discussing it, was more of just a way so that we could put Deutschklub and be on our social media, because there's a lot of Deutschklubs apparently. But that is something we could also discuss, since this is talking about our name. Is Deutschklub, or do you guys think Norse, should we talk about maybe having our name as Norse Deutschklub?
If that's what's going to be on the social media, then I would go ahead and have it in the Constitution.
Okay. Any other? That's at the moment. I'm going to put this in as a comment just to make, because we should be allowed Norse Code Radio. We should be allowed to say Norse. In that case, should we do those? I hesitate putting Norse out and trying to put Norse as one word with Deutschklub. So like that? Okay. And then here, how about we do the title of this organization shall be Norse Deutschklub. Hereafter referred to as Deutschklub. That way we don't have to write Norse Deutschklub every time we say Deutschklub in the Constitution. And then I can just, okay. How does here refer to simply, I'll put simply as Deutschklub. Alrighty. Thoughts on that? How does that look now? The title of this organization doesn't have to be capitalized. Ever since I started learning German, I've had a nasty habit of capitalizing random nouns when I'm writing in English. Alrighty. The title of organization shall be Norse Deutschklub, of this organization shall be Norse Deutschklub, in parentheses German Club, hereafter referred to simply as Deutschklub. For the sake of a multilingual environment, this organization may also be referred to as German Club in both unofficial and official capacities. Does that look good, y'all?
Great.
Perfect. Okay. See, and any other thoughts for the article number 1? All righty, we're gonna go ahead and start number 2. See if you can make it a little bit. Okay, article 2, membership. I did not fill out section 3 because I thought that's something we should discuss as a club. So okay, we'll start with section 1. Section 1, membership qualification. All Deutschklub must be enrolled as a full or part-time student at NKU. Right. You commented there, Kendra. What's the?
I commented take out the currently and put just have it as must be enrolled as a full or part-time student at NKU. Okay. Because if they're enrolled, then they're currently. It's just repetitive.
You know what, Kendra, I really hope you are able to make all these meetings because having an English major here is a really big help.
I knew it was gonna come in handy. If you could tell my parents that like I'm doing great as an English major, that would be great.
Just give me their contact information. I'll say on behalf of the German club, thank you for your daughter.
The faculty advisor would also like to give them a call then.
I think I have your mom on Facebook. 1 second.
Alrighty. Let's see. Alright, so all Deutsch Club members must be enrolled either full or part-time as a student at NKU. Deutsch Club membership does not require any GPA. Okay.
So yeah, requirement is also repetitive.
Yeah, so he does not have. Sorry, go ahead. What do you think would sound best, Kendra?
I would actually just switch the entire sentence around and put a GPA requirement, a GPA, what's your?
Like minimum?
GPA is not a condition, or give me like a minute to word it in my brain, you know.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and like, you can sort of highlight on that and comment what we should put into place.
Should we take away the hyphen after full or put time after it?
Yeah, you can take away the hyphen from full since R is between the.
Okay, so I don't need the hyphen. What kind of student in KU? Deutsch Club membership does not require. See, well, how about also this? One does not need to be enrolled in any specific classes, nor in any specific major or minor programs to qualify for membership.
Instead of one, maybe use just members?
Okay.
Yeah.
Members do not need to be
enrolled in any specific classes, comma, major or minor programs. And just keep the one adjective there.
This is great. This is really nice. Thank you, Kendra. Alrighty. Must be enrolled. Okay, that was last one.
I think that because you've already used members, you do not need qualify for membership either to avoid repetition.
Oh, yeah. So we just said members do not need to be enrolled in any. Good eye. Some of this. Alrighty. All right, let's do section 2, discrimination policy. In accordance with Northern Kentucky University's discrimination policy, I don't need that because they haven't updated. I finally found the updated version of the student organization manual because they don't actually have it on the NKU website. It's on the My Engagement website, but it's not on the NKU website, which is where I had been looking for it, but I finally found it.
Just to give a heads up, I'm gonna have to leave in a minute to go back to work.
Okay, okay, yeah, it's 6 o'clock. So in that case, we'll just do the changes real quick that Kendra, have you been making the change there or?
Struggling, but I think I got it. A minimum GPA is not required to obtain membership.
Okay.
And we could put obtain /hold, but I think obtain is well enough overall.
Okay, so a minimum GPA is not required to obtain membership. Oh wait, were we both writing it? Okay, I think we were both writing it. Okay, or yeah, I'll erase. Membership does not require a specific GPA. Alrighty. How does that look? Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Just gonna make this real note real quick. If you guys want to look over, make any corrections, changes before the next meeting, any changes, do in a comment. don't change the document itself. We'll do the actual edits at the meeting. Is that okay for everyone? Okay, so let's see. That's the end. Would anyone like to make the motion to adjourn the meeting?
When is the next meeting?
Oh, goodness. Right, sorry. I was trying to rush us to the end. Okay, let's see. Final thoughts and announcements. Next meeting date. Does March 4th at 5 o'clock. That's the Thursday, first Thursday of March. Does that work for everyone?
Yep.
Is there any way we could do it earlier? It's fine if not, but it's kind of an inconvenient time for me.
I know.
I just put in a permanent schedule change specifically for 5 to 6. But if we want, we can. And I can.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Forget I said anything.
Wait, Megan, did you say so that you also can't come in? You also can't because you're working?
I mean, like, I used to work 2 to 8. So I put in to have 5 to 6. 15.
Oh, off. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, is that okay? I'm sorry. Actually, it's hard to get everyone here on the same day and time. Okay. Well, in that case, so March 4th at 5 o'clock. And did anyone make any obligations to do anything? Kendra, you and I are going to work out trivia night.
And after my study group tonight, I can go through the Constitution as well and put edits in the comments. So
okay, thank you, Kendra. Okay, alrighty, and let's see. Next,
And I said I would do the faculty flyer.
Yes.
The presentation flyer.
And I don't think we need to do anything more. I just need to send out the emails for Kino Ahmed and everything. Faculty lectures, I'll be able to send that out once we have it. I'm going to ask the 2 professors first, though, if I'm going to just make sure all the information and everything has been copied and relayed correctly. So I will send them that.
And maybe ask for a brief bio if you want to, because what you have right now is kind of short, but I don't know how short you want it, but you could maybe ask for that if you wanted more time.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to ask for a bio anyway, because I'd like to introduce them with introduce them with more of a biography during the lecture itself. And is that okay? Do you think that's okay? Okay, so yeah, alrighty. Yes, would anyone like to make the motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Amazing, Damien. Do I hear a second to the motion from anyone?
a second.
And Kendra seconds it. All in favor of ending this meeting of the German Club, please give me the little thumb up reaction on your Zoom screen. Perfect. I'm seeing lots of thumbs up. Alrighty. Ashley, Damien, are you good? You can tell me verbally if you can't use the thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, this German Club is now meeting is now adjourned. The club is not adjourned. So I'm going to